Wholeness Tribe. I'm with the vibe this morning. Um, it's afternoon now. So I guess I'm going to try to keep this brief. And, well, I'm not going to worry about that. But I am working on and taking herbs and doing my, MicrobioMe. My gold and red. And looking for my stones. I got my stones of the day. I guess my rose quartz, my aventurine, citrine, and my ruby. Just wearing those in my pockets. I haven't been sleeping. I didn't sleep at all last night, at all. And I'm working on my anxiety, my depression, not sleeping, and I feel good about it. So what I'm doing today is just remembering the importance of that I'm all things, and that I created this, even though I wasn't aware that I was creating it. So if I created this, then I can create something else. So what I'm doing is I'm healing myself and just contemplating. And I've made some significant changes in my life for the better. I now work for myself. I decide what is best for me. So my challenge right now, and one of the things that's really before me, is my funds are low, and I need to create something to bring in currency to maintain this status of living. Now, it's not much that I have to make. However, when you have chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, it makes it difficult. And so I have to figure out, well, I already know that it's there. I already feel like being a part of Secret Energy, taking university, taking ambassador training. I'm putting it into myself and doing what I think is best for me, because I cannot continue to subject myself to environments that work against me. And so I want to be, I am responsible for my well-being. No one's responsible for that but me. Even the mistakes that I don't want to call them, even the experiences that I had and the choices that I made to where someone could take advantage of me or make me vulnerable to certain situations, or I compromise my health. I am no longer doing that. Even if it means, seriously, I'll figure it out. That's, I believe the energy that I use to deal with trauma in my early years of life, I can transmute that energy and just create a new experience, and understand that that was just a part of my journey, a piece of it, and there's much more for me to do. And I have decided that, everything that I have gone through has been helpful, because if I didn't go through these things, I wouldn't be looking in how to address them and how to heal them. Right now, I'm just 100% focused on myself, as altruistic as I am, and my nature is to serve and to help others. I'm going to help so many more people by helping myself and being that example. So I did not plan for this drink to match. It just happened with the herbs that I put in there that was recommended by one of my brothers in the tribe. Um, it was like, it makes so much sense. And I do want to learn more about herbs. I had gotten into them a little bit, but when you have so much going on in your life, and I was in a place where I was pulled in so many different directions, but now I'm bringing it all back to me and really want to understand myself from feet on up. I mean, I want to know everything about this brain, everything. I want to know my nervous system, because, last night when I wasn't able to sleep, I felt this energy of frustration and anger start to come up, and I felt like crying, and then I thought, no. So I asked myself, I said, self, how do we address this? How do we heal this? We have to sleep, because I know the importance of sleep. I know the importance of it all, and then when you try to do it all and you can't do it all, and then you have to make some adjustments. And so I have to accept the present and here and now, and meditation has been good for me. I did my meditation early last because I wasn't sleeping, so I went ahead and watched the Sunday meditation in hope of getting a few getting a few hours of sleep, and I did not. So today, even though I had a busy schedule, I know it's the day of rest, so I learned that, and I'm so tired. I plan on, I say that because I'm hesitating, because I was getting ready to say I was going to try, then I was getting ready to say no, I'm going to do it, but then I don't know. But my goal is to stay awake, don't take a nap. I took a nap yesterday afternoon because I just was so tired, so I want to try to stay up, and I'm going to try to be in bed by 7. I'm not going to try to stick to the schedule so much, as far as, I try to participate in as many live events as I can, because I do feel the energy when I'm around in those things, and I'm learning so much, and it's healthy. It's a healthy vibe, so it works for me. And I did get outside this morning. I just took out my trash and went and did some things in my car, and it wasn't much, but I didn't want to try to push myself, because it's not important that I walk until I fall. It's important that I dress my MicrobioMe. I believe that's going to be the answer for me. I definitely, I also, when I saw that article on the chat, I was like hooked. I would start scrolling. I always scroll through all of the comments. I want to comment on all of them, but I just figured out today. Even though I had some success when I first started, because someone helped me in there. However, I just thought, just touch everything and just see what it's like. That's how you're going to learn, is by just trying it, reading. And I like to read, but I don't like to read things with technology. But I didn't understand that. But that's how you're going to learn how to do it. But I was so happy to see that article, and I just started reading, and as tired as I was, I just kept reading until I finished the article. And some of the herbs I had, and I thought about some of the things, the trauma that I went through with my intestines and nervousness and ulcers and all of that, and having my uterus removed, and it's just like, wow, I haven't given this vessel a break. So I'm healing. That's all I want to do, is heal. And so I just feel like I cannot take a job. I can get a job easy, and that's another thing I'm wondering, is that in your best interest when your money's running low, and I'm used to, I will grab something, but so I don't want to do that this time, because I know it's going to wear me out. I know it's going to not be a good situation. So, I might even try to get a job at a wildlife. Hey, that's an idea. Colorado is such a beautiful place. I'll try to. Oh, that. You know what? If I'm gonna have to, that. I just got something. If I do get a job, it'll be something outside. Colorado has a lot of opportunities. I'll get a job at a state park or so if I, yeah, okay. So, but in the meantime, I have other plans and little hustles that I'm doing. And I thought to myself, why worry about something that there's a solution to, and there's an answer to? And so to my brother, and you know who you are, and I know you're not looking for any. I just feel your beautiful spirit and heart, and just appreciate it. It's like I don't have to worry. It's just that I'll just solve it, so when I wasn't sleeping, I told myself, you have to address this. You got to get to the bottom of it. You can't call yourself a healer and then it's like you heal and you help everyone else, but what about yourself? So I instead of crying and I just thought, I'm going to deal with it. And then I get an article that answers what I believe is the solution. And so that's what all this is. There's just a lot of great stuff in here. It's just fruits and herbs. And then I also have to go do some more shopping and to get, I don't really care whether I like them or not. Like one of the things I hate is pheno. And it's funny because I don't like the way it tastes. And it's funny because I bought something and that has it in there and I didn't want it, and I thought I don't want it, and I wanted to take it back and I couldn't get it, I ordered my food online, I couldn't send it back. I couldn't figure it out with the technology. And so I just left it on there, and I'm glad. And I remember sauerkrauts. I love sauerkrauts. My grandmother used to eat that. So every herb that was on that list, I'm just going to buy and have it available. And I'm definitely going to be in the chat tomorrow. The MicrobioMe, I'm definitely going to do that. So again, I've been making videos. I haven't been posting them. I don't know if this is more so for me to. Oh, the other thing that I'm dealing with is, even though I've taken a lot in my life, when it comes to, and I went to therapy and I've worked on healing. One of the things that was always uncomfortable was, dealing with some difficult things, but your body's always going to remind you no matter what. And then some of the thoughts that I have, it's just like I don't want to have those thoughts, so how do I work on it? And so being in this environment, being in the resonance of the tribe itself is healing you. I just love how it's all set up because it, this is good. Look at those colors. I'm in sync. So, man, I really want to come off of this antidepressant, so I'll get there. Right now, I'm going to fix the stuff inside, pay attention, listen to my body. If something is hurting, if something is aching, then that means I need to address it. And so that's what I'm doing. And being a former athlete, I like moving, and I think it's conditioning to move and exercise. And just because I'm not exercising at an intensity that I used to doesn't mean that, I have to continue to, for instance, if I run 6 miles a day, it doesn't mean I have to run a mile a day. I don't even have to walk a mile, especially when my thighs are aching like they are. And so today I am going to rest. My head is a little I don't know how to describe it. I got leaves and everything here, strawberry leaves. That's what it's getting used to. Seeds. I gotta get used to just the taste. But hey, the fact that hey, if it's good for me, I'm gonna do it. Mm. If it helps me, I'm going to do it. And then I put some stuff in there that I knew probably didn't want to go in there, but it was on the list. And I'm so looking forward to that soup. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. So I just told myself I was going to do simple things today. I wasn't going to do anything strenuous. Anything that the technology that I do know, I will do things with that. I wasn't going to try to do anything new. I'm still getting used to uploading, especially when you go to different things. It's like trying to figure out, like I haven't taken the time either because I've had so much that I've been studying and just been going and really just dealing with where I am, that I haven't put in the time to really read it. All I got to do is read it and just follow the steps. It's just like Asana. I think it's going to be a great tool as far as management. I love all that stuff. But that stuff comes so naturally for me. It's just like when I put stuff in order or have stuff, it's like I already have that in me anyway to get things done. Excuse me. I get stuck sometimes with applying due to the pain and the discomfort. So, meaning my lower back hurts sometimes, and it was pretty intense yesterday, and I think it's because I did too much with the walking, and I should have just stuck with I think it's called Chi. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct. And then I want to be outside and do the exercises, but I probably will just have to, stand on my patio and do it. It'll be okay, but it's not really what I want. And so it's like things in my mind. It's like it's better than nothing. Or I might just stand in my living room and do it. But I know the importance of moving, and I think the way I feel today, it's perfect. So, and then I have some projects in my office that I was working on. And it's just I didn't have the energy. It was the energy. And so then I took the Chulin, and then I think I had too much energy. And then it's like I even took a Agar 35. I took one last night about, I think it was 9 o'clock, I think. And then I took another one like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I'm still awake. And so I think that was interesting. That was another thing. It's like, why don't certain drugs and why doesn't certain things, how is it that I'm overriding these things, or what's going on in my brain? And I think I got the answer. It's here. And there was I'm just going to heal it all. Shit. Fuck it, I'm just going to heal it all. I mean, it's like I have to deal with it. And so sometimes even though I don't like thinking about certain things from my past, the difference now is when I do think about it now, I'm looking to heal it, work through it, accept it, and move on. It's very important that I don't avoid it. It's like in my mind, I just want to have this. I am happy. I am happy. This is the happiest I've been in my life. However, there are moments where, and I just feel like this is natural, where my moods, that's really it. It's just like, I wanted to talk to someone this morning, but then I was like, then I didn't. And I was like, what would I say? And then why am I saying it? And so I just say it to myself and love myself and talk to myself and talk to my higher self. Meaning I have these conversations in my head, and when I want to know something, just like I asked myself, I said, higher self, we got to fix this. How do I start sleeping? What am I not addressing? not understanding that the class next week was going to address it, but I needed an answer sooner. And so now that I have that answer, I feel like I've relaxed a little more. I'm relaxing a little more. And one of the things I've noticed, and I've noticed this for a while, after my head elevation, I realized how tense I was all the time. My teeth have chips in them. And that's from me gritting and grinding them. I don't do it as much anymore. I did that. Also, sometimes I have tension in my neck, and sometimes I can just be sitting and realize I'm just so tense. And it's like, relax, relax. So I have to be conscious of relaxing. And so the meditation has been huge. Even though it's challenging for me, I still show up and get the best benefits that I can, and realize I don't have to do it like everyone else. Like, I wish, and that was another goal. I want to be able to. I want to be able to sit with my legs crossed. That. How they sit with their. I want to do that. And this is good. Oh, I got some more. Hold on. All of this. All of this. I told my brother I was going to start this today. So I just pulled all the herbs, everything I had out of my shelf, and pretty much just put it in there. I still have my supplements. I didn't take my supplements today because I got up kind of late. And when I woke up, when I got up, not when I woke up, but when I got out of the bed, I was hungry. And so my body's like, okay, oh, she's giving us some, oh my goodness. That is delicious. And it's funny because my stomach has stopped making noise since I've been drinking this. And then I'm not sure what I'll eat for later on. I'll probably do a salad. Well, ain't no probably. I'll do a salad. I mean, that's all I eat: fruit, vegetables, and nuts, and now herbs. And but sometimes I do want something a little bit more filling. And I don't eat meat, however. And I have made a bone broth before, and I am considering. I don't know if I can do it because I grew up on a chicken farm. Yeah. My grandmother on my mother's side raised chickens and sold eggs, and so I always ate chicken, and I actually love chicken. However, I haven't been able to eat it. So, but I'm thinking about within making the bone broth, I want to find a certain type of chicken. I don't want to just buy any bones. I need to make sure it's a chicken that hasn't had hormones, hasn't been caged, hasn't been mistreated. And so, because that's how sensitive I am. When I think about all the things that I've absorbed in my body and how I can reverse that or transmute it, as they say, and I'm very excited about that. Again, I don't know if this video will make it, but again, this is self-expression. This is about me and however it affects whoever, that's on them. But I feel, I didn't put pineapple. I have a pineapple, but I just didn't feel like cutting it up. And actually, I didn't have any more room in my blender because my blender was filled to the top. Because I put every piece of fruit, different type of fruit that I had in it, and I just put everything in it. And it's just one of the like for instance, like right now I'm sitting here, and you might think, well, why is she? One of the reasons I'm still recording is because the minute I turn this recorder off, I'm gonna go try to do something. as slow as I may be moving, I'm like, okay, I got that on my desk. And I'm very organized, so my stuff is always in order. So when people say, organize your stuff, I need to slow down and stop organizing my stuff. I have stopped reorganizing and moving it here. Like right now, it's very efficient and it works for me. And sometimes I just, with new things, I just like reading and absorbing the knowledge, but then at the same time, I need to apply it. For instance, my hands, fingers, actually not my hands so much as my fingers have been, I don't know, and my thumbs. I think the thumbs is from the phone, which is why I try to be careful, and then all the typing, and then I try to preserve my hands, and then one of the reasons I haven't done the stuff on my desk is, my writing desk. I have a writing desk, and then I have a computer desk. On my writing desk is because I'm trying to preserve my hands, and then I have this thing where you speak and it types. But something is wrong with the headphones, or I need to reprogram it or something. Anyway, the way to get to my computer stuff in the back is kind of difficult for me because I'm also thinking about that if I'm going to be using my computer more, and my laptop is out of whack. It just needs to be serviced. I'm actually going to get a new one. I'm going to get a new iPhone and a new Apple and just get used to it and try to use this technology as convenient as possible, because one of the things I'm finding out is it's really simple. Once you get going, it's pretty simple. So I'm excited about that. In other words, I have options with respect to so as tired as I am, I would go in there and try to do something. And so I had tasks assigned today that I was going to do. I was going to take some photos, and I was going to post some stuff on some sites. And it's pretty simple. It really is simple. It's something that if I'm feeling 100, I could probably get done in about 30 minutes. And then, where I was going before I started stretching is I like physically writing. I like doing things with my hand. And so even though we have Evernote, I don't like putting my notes on the computer and stuff like that because I don't enjoy it. So I guess, I'm going to work on that and just speak it. But I like, looking, and I might do that if I can relax and do it. But as far as taking in any more dollars, I wouldn't do that right now. And I know we have the womb meditation, the ancestral womb. I'm really looking forward to that. And then sometimes the back-to-back things where we have at least this is what I'm trying to do, the 4:45 meditation, and then the things are so long, I'm just getting started, and then I have to make maybe like a 30-minute break, and then it's another thing, and those are 2 hours, and then it's just and then you have another break. So my month tomorrow is pretty full, which is why I was going to try to get some things today, but then I understand that it's the rest day. And so I'm struggling with letting go of, stay in the vibration, stay in the resonance of the day and make the most of it. And if you're supposed to rest, then rest. And it's like, well, how do I rest? And I love watching women's basketball. The playoffs are going on. However, I have not been as attentive to them and watch. Like, this is the first season that I did not watch every game. I didn't even subscribe to the pass because I knew I was going to be committing to, working on myself. However, I do enjoy it because it helps, except for sometimes when it depends, okay. If I watch the straight game due to commercials and all that, I don't like that. So I try to watch it to where I just focus on the game. And sometimes I turn the volume down and I just watch the game. That takes my mind off of things because I really get into it and I can appreciate the effort, and then to remember, I used to do all that. What happened? Okay, and it's not so much that I'm thinking I want to play like that. It's just that, why do I feel so not so my best inside, and it's like, how do I heal, you know, you know, the pain, and so maybe I'll watch basketball. I don't know, and I'm gonna try. I'm aiming to. And so what happens is, so then I'll get to going, I'll get to cleaning, I'll get to dusting, I'll get to going through papers, and then I'll create more work for myself. It's just like when I started when I started university, I was so excited. Oh, let me go do something else. Okay, I wasn't recording, but this is my university binder, and I take notes. So, and I print out things, and this is just for my convenience. Like if I don't want to come downstairs and turn the computer on, or I have a question about, what was that you said about tissue cell salts, or I have notes about, just for my convenience, what helps with sleep and what helps with this. But my challenge with some of this stuff is I wasn't able to be consistent with it due to the job that I had, and and just the environment that I was in. It's like I'm so sensitive now that I just really prefer to be around people that are awake, and then even in people who are striving towards the same things that I'm striving. So, and I just like to look in it periodically. And so I write down things that maybe I wasn't as familiar with, or I didn't remember, or if I go back through the video, I write the page in which this note was on, or if I want to, that's another thing. I love research. So in some ways, this is the other thing I told myself yesterday, that if I could not sleep, like tonight I will sleep. Now, one of the things I'm thinking about doing, which I don't know, but sometimes I'll take medicinal marijuana to sleep, and usually when I do take that, I do sleep, but I don't dream. So I am thinking about that tonight. Like, do I just want to go get an indica and just be done with it and just sleep? So I might do that just to get my body, to make sure it just rest. I forgot what I was going to say, but it was about, I'm trying to remember the point I was going to make. Oh, I told myself, if I'm going to be awake, and that's what got me in trouble, because I would be places, and wherever I was, whether it was my mother or stepmother or whoever, wherever I was, whoever I was staying with, they would oftentimes find me up in the middle of the night, and I would be reading, or I'd be studying, or I'd be writing a research paper. And so I told myself that if I'm not going to sleep, I did try. I tried to, like, I am relaxed, I am relaxed, I am resting, I am resting. But it's like my mind just keeps. So I told myself that I'm just going to get up and start, going over my notes. And I figured, well, if you're going to go over something and you're going to ingest something, then just go over university stuff. And so that's what I told myself. I wasn't going to, try to create another project or start something else, because I do that, but then I'll get so exhausted that I don't do anything for 3 or 4 days, and I don't like that either. So I'm just working on pacing myself. And again, I just want to see it. And so I got a lot of blank things here. So this is going to be and I do have, I got a lot to do. I have all the covers already, did for semester 2 and all that. And where's my specialist training stuff? That's what I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. I was like, where's that? Okay, this is my specialist. Now, if you notice, I don't have many notes behind that, because I realize, it's a lot. Because most of the stuff is action. So just do it. And when I was making reference to and that's another thing, sometimes when I am able to accomplish something, I do it quickly, fast, and it's easy for me if I'm not fatigued and all that. And so when I'm talking about the notes, he talked about having the clipboard. Well, this is just what I'm saying, just some ideas. And I don't want to put this in Evernote because I like doing my own diagrams and my own thing of how, so I can see it, as I build. I have business ideas, and then um, I think about, I want to do what's natural for me. I want my unique asset to come forth and not try to fit it into someone else's paradigm. For instance, if I'm good in organizing, but I don't want to organize. My hands hurt, my back hurts, just like I was thinking about, I don't really want to do that. And then I also thought about, my gift in working with children. I just don't want to work with children right now. I love them, but I just want to work on improving my skills and, making a living for myself. I mean, that's really it. Making a living for myself with, what what I believe I will be good at, which I think is soul coaching, even though I've never done it before, in the sense of I've never been trained, but I'm in training right now. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, what type of part-time hustle, I guess I just solved that by, maybe I'll get I'm thinking I'll just get a job at a nature park or something, and not look at the stigma. It's just that I'm doing what's best for me. And I do like nature. I do. As a matter of fact, that was really hard for me to accept after my head elevation. It was driving me crazy to be in the house all the time. And then I would cry and just like, and I took for granted all the running around and just everything. And then I live in the beautiful state of Colorado. And so I need to think about that. And the other thing too about being in Colorado, being in the high elevation, and I feel like my lungs are really strong, and I don't feel, most of my, stuff is around here, and so I'm gonna heal it. And yeah, I'm too tired. I'm not gonna be able to focus on this. These are some notes. But I do understand what Seven's saying. So I was thinking, Savon was saying, so I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I don't know if I want to do it in Evernote. And I was also thinking about, instead of rewriting these, because I like rewriting, just maybe take better notes and just keep these and then do them on Evernote. But then I'm still wanting to print them out, and because I like to have a hard copy, a manual copy. I just do. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I'm thinking I'm going to finish this wonderful. Another thing I'm going to work on, but it's challenging, especially if I decide to go get some marijuana, is yeah, I'm really tired, but I'm gonna stay awake. I saw my neighbor. I was getting ready to ask him something, but I need to stop probably drinking water after 5, but it's so dry here in Colorado. And then because I usually try to smoke marijuana like after 7, so I take my antidepressant at 7 because it's supposed to help me sleep. But it's just something about it that I've always been kind of freaky about certain medication. Also, my doctor gave me the option of making a decision about whether or not I was going to continue to take the 60 milligram or the 30 milligram, and I just decided to go with the 30 milligram. So that may be another thing that's changing. But when I take it, so I'll take my antidepressant at 7, and I just don't like smoking. I don't like it. And I've tried the edibles, and I've tried the other shit, and the vape, and I hate it. And it just fucks with me, and I'm just like, fuck. And so and then I'm working on, just taking a little hit and, going to sleep. But I do go to sleep with it. That's another thing. I go right to sleep. Probably within 30 minutes I'm asleep. If I put it like, if I do it tonight, I will sleep. And it's another reason I don't work for anybody, because I don't want them doing a drug test or telling me that, okay, I can't take this drug because it's illegal. That's like some fucking bullshit. What was illegal is all the fucking shit that I went through. That's fucking illegal. So also working on not wearing my glasses, because after my head elevation, that's when my sight got blurry, and then I went to a specialist and had my eyes checked out, and they said everything was okay, and I just had dry eyes. I'm tired. But anyway, my vision kept changing, and I noticed that it appeared that it was getting worse, and I'm like, no, I don't want that. And then I read something, of course, in Secret Energy, which is what I've always believed, because I remember a doctor told me to wear them all the time, and I'm like, I don't want to wear them all the time. I just want to wear them when I read. And so I do wear them when I'm on the computer, well, sometimes, because I can make the font big enough to where I don't. But usually when I'm writing, I can't see my writings, and that bothers me as well. However, I'm thinking, this language, it's just a way to communicate. It's like, what do I excel in, but it doesn't exhaust me? Research, organizing. But okay, so one of the things I am working on is, since I can't physically organize anymore, I want to organize with design. I want to do something with CAD, I guess, architecture. I'm just very interested in learning how to, some of these ideas that I have in my head, I want to be able to draw them out. And so I'm really grateful for my sister, because she told me she couldn't do my website, which was very good, because I want to learn to do it myself anyway. However, it's going to take time. And so I got to realize, though I'm used to doing things quickly and fast and all that, it's not going to happen. It's okay that it's different, it's changed. And also, we're always aiming to stay young. However, I am embracing the aging process on this side with respect to taking all this information in for my soul and spirit. Like, this is a good thing. It's like, if I can live 92 years or 102 years, in other words, I'm not afraid of the transition anymore at all, because it's like what I've always known. I've been here forever, and I'm just going through the cycle of life. And then having all the things that I went through and my ancestors went through, it gives me the opportunity to heal it. So I accept this position. And then, even though some of the material things, I am materialistic in some ways, because I grew up moving all the time, and wasn't always the best conditions and situations. And so it was very, very important to me that I have a safe, peaceful, quiet, harmonic environment, and I have that. However, I got to keep it up. I got to keep, if it's like, I want certain things, there are things I still need to get. Like, and then like I said, I did not make the best decisions with, my money, due to people using me, or certain energies, or me just pouring it out, or leakage, or whatever we call it. But I take accountability for it. It's my responsibility, because I'm the one who participated in it. So all I have to do is change that. And then I can live a better life, and a more healthy, fulfilling life. And that's what I'm looking for. It's just like, I will go to Costa Rica. I want to go to Costa Rica. I want to be I'm actually thinking about moving there. I just need to, I just want to live in a tropical place. However, I need to visit first and make sure my body is prepared for the transition. Colorado. It's a beautiful state. And one of the reasons I like it is because I do get all four seasons, and I think they're all important. I used to not like the winter, but I like it now. Because in the winter, the winters here are very hard on my body, as you can imagine. I mean, it is brutal, which is why I was looking to go to Florida or Costa Rica for the winters. However, we'll see. I'm just going to listen to my body, but right now I'm just listening. So, with my thighs, the best thing to do is sit my ass down and just to be still, and I rub them. And but anyway, so that's what I'm saying. Somebody look at this and say, well, that ain't nothing to do. Well, I guess not, but if I had like CAD stuff, and I'd be. And so that's the other thing. I'm so excited about something I don't even know how to do. And I like the mechanical drawings and drafting and like taking an item. Well, I see it anyway. It's like I see through it. I see, how not only can I see it, but I need to learn on the computer how to. I'm looking at something right now. These are some things I made, and I was just looking at how I see it. And it's another thing.